Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 15 is entitled as Puruṣottamaḥ Vidya, Puruṣottamaḥ Yogam. Sloka 19, Part 12. Yo mam evam asammudaha janati puruṣottamam sasarvavid bhajati mam sarvabhavena Bharata. We learn that the universe gets created for the pleasure of the Lord. Lokavattu lila kaivalyam. Well, it makes sense why he creates this universe, because it gives pleasure to him. But how can destruction of the universe be called lila? Sometimes we must have experienced seeing children playing near the seashore. The children over there, they build a sand castle and they play with it. When the time comes for them to leave, when their parent calls them to get ready to leave, they get up and just kicks off the sand castle. That gives the children some pleasure. Similarly, the destruction of this universe is also pleasurable to the Lord, and so it is termed as Leela. One might ask a question. The Lord is so very powerful. He can get anything done just by his sankalpa. Then why he doesn't liberate all the living entities once for all? The Lord's desire is to see all the living entities back in the Vaikunta serving him. If that is what he really wants, just by his sankalpa, that is just by his will, thought, he can easily make that happen. Make all the living entities liberated from this samsara tree. Why he doesn't do that? Simple response is, if Lord does everything, then what are we doing then? Love means it has to come from two ends. It can't be one-sided. Bhakti means Bhagavan and Bhagavata. The Lord and his devotee. They connect through the bhakti process. So the Lord has created this system to be born, the living entity to be born, and make use of their intelligence, which is way higher compared to the other species, to understand the purpose of life. Follow the instructions given in the scriptures. Practice them by performing devotional service. And through this bhakti or sharanagati, one attains him. Of course, by his grace, one attains him. That gives him bhogarasa. But those who doesn't follow the Lord, they give lila rasa, that type of ananda to him. Therefore, both rasas are experienced by the Lord. Ultimately, he is getting his pleasure, that is getting satisfied. Therefore, he doesn't change that program to forcefully transfer anyone into the spiritual world. If I don't have an appetite, why would I eat? If I don't have a desire to eat sweet, why someone have to give me sweets? The similar way, if I am not interested to return back to Godhead, why God has to force me when I am not ready? The Lord reciprocates according to the individual entity. But the interesting thing to be noted here is, the Lord creates the universe each time without losing his enthusiasm, utsaha. If we were to do something where we don't see the expected result comes true, then we may withdraw the action. We may get frustrated. We may get disappointed. And we may not do that again. But interestingly, the Lord creates this world for the Jivatma to perform bhakti, sharanagati, and return back home, back to Godhead. But hardly people take it serious. maybe very few make their way back to Godhead successfully. But majority of us are here struggling for many lifetimes. But that does not bring Lord's utsaha, enthusiasm, down at all. It doesn't decide what is the point of creating this universe. The purpose is that the living entity makes use of this creation and realize the situation and come back to me. But hardly people does that. Therefore, I am not going to create anymore. He does not make any such sankalpa. He enthusiastically continues the cycle of creation because he knows that if not this lifetime, maybe the next lifetime we will turn towards him. If not next lifetime, maybe after 10 lifetimes we will turn towards him. If not 10 lifetimes, maybe we will turn to him after 100 lifetimes, after 1000 lifetimes. But he patiently waits for us, giving more and more opportunities by creating the universe with full enthusiasm. Does the Lord really create this universe for us to attain moksha, or does he create for his own pleasure, the Leela? Which one is right? Answer is both are right, both are true. He creates for his Leela and for the Jivatma to get moksha. There are two things. One is called pradhana, another one is called prachuram. Pradhana is principle, prachura is excessive. Say for example, I plan to go meet someone whom I like. That is my pradhana, principal reason why I want to meet someone. Because I like to meet that person, that gives me pleasure. But when I meet that person gives me a gift which was not expected, but he gives a gift. That is an excessive pleasure that I received. That is called prachuram. Likewise, the principal reason for the creation is the Jivatma to get liberated from this material world. But then why the scriptures mostly say it is for his Leela? Because that is what he gets more out of his creation. We know and we are seeing practically that how many people take up the process of Krishna consciousness and how many doesn't. From this it is obvious that between Bhoga Rasa and Leela Rasa, what the Lord gets more is Leela Rasa. Therefore the Shastra says that Leela Rasa is what he gets out of his creation. Prachuram, not Pradhana. Prachuram is Leela Rasa, whereas Pradhanam is Bhoga Rasa. This is how the Lord, as Nimitta Karana, the instrumental cause, creates this universe. From these set of questions, we can understand he is the instrumental cause for the creation. But he is not just Nimitta Karana. He is also Upadhana Karana. That is, he is also the material cause. What does it mean by Upadhana Karana? How does the Lord become Upadhana Karana? Will be the discussion for our next session. Namaste. Hare Krishna.